Damn.
I heard they wildin' for it.
Jesus.
I heard
Jesus.
they been wildin' for it. What's up, folk? It is your one and only favorite Wody, Jacka Jack. Just
Is that shit even
with
still
no
recording?
bitches and
All right, it
opinion,
is.
and I've been wildin' for respect.
Doogie really rock. How the fuck you live? Never gave a fuck about a stupid hoe or a big fat bitch. No, I'm just playing. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say things like that. Y'all, let me just hop right into it. Let me just hop right on into it. I'm going to be honest with you. Here it is. About 11 minutes. About 11 minutes from 3 o'clock in the morning. I should have been done with the motherfucking podcast. That's why I got these shades on. I don't even want y'all to see. I'm hot. You know what I'm saying? And I know you can't see it if you're listening to it, but I'm just saying, though. Let me just paint the picture, and you already know where I'm at. 3 in the morning? A Saturday? Sunday morning? Come on, my nigga. Yeah, live and direct. But it's damn near 3 in the morning. All right. I get off work at 11 o'clock at job number 1. And certain things come to mind that I'm going to speak on. And saying in the pod, hold up. Certain things come to mind I'm going to speak on in the pod. And I was like, oh, shit. All right. Who knows where I could get with this? I think I got 5 minutes out of it. I think I can get 5 minutes out of this topic, you know. Then I came up, with another one. I'm like, shit, I need to record me a pod. So I shoot over to the crib right quick because I'm not too far from it. Let me grab my my equipment, the essentials. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you know what I'm saying? One time for it. Yeah, that's for the essentials, my nigga. That's for the essentials. All right, I get to the crib, pack my bags. All right, I'm back on the road. I'm heading to motherfucking work. I'm going to Glendale from the Valley, my nigga. I get to the motherfucking work. I set up everything. I look in my bag. Are you fucking kidding me? I forgot my mic. All right. Back up the 101 I go. I drive all the way back home to the Valley. It's not that far. It's 20 minutes, but fuck. Drive all the way back to the crib. Grab my shit. All right, for sure. So then I open up my laptop. I'm getting ready to pod. Laptop, 36%. For sure. Let me get my what's the name right quick. I go on my book bag. There's no charger. There's no charger. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I'm like, so at that point, I'm like, fuck it. I'm just going to do the pod any damn way. So I start doing the pod. And it's like at, 29% my battery? I'm like, fuck. And then I realize I start looking through the topics as I'm about to get into it. And then I see something that I was going to use, and I'm like, fuck, man. Fuck. So when I realized that, I'm like, all right, let me just go get the shit because I'm in the mood to do a pod now. And it shouldn't be this way, but I know when I get home tomorrow, I'm not gonna want to do a pod. I'm not gonna want to do a pod tomorrow at the crib. Like, I'm just not gonna want to do a pod. Not on a Sunday. I'm just not gonna want to. So I drove back to the crib, got my charger, just so I could email myself some fucking videos or whatever the case. So, long story short is, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. I'm kind of excited about this podcast. I'm not going to lie. Like, that's why I went on ahead and did it. Because I'm like, damn, I actually got some shit, like, that I want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Because I enjoy doing podcasts, but I hate when I don't have shit to talk about. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if I'm being honest, I feel honored Blessed, low key, high key, really. But all right. Topic number 1. Here we go.
Self car wash in Santa Monica. Everything has to be goddamn detailed. No, nigga. I'm just trying to spend $5 right quick, you bitch. Shit got me hot in a motherfucker, man.
And that it did. So I one I'm a so I'm kicking it with, and it's so funny because she doesn't listen to the podcast, so I'm just not even I don't think I should, have to worry about any backlash per se. But anyways, I'm kicking it with a shorty last week, right? And she was like, it's probably like 11 o'clock, maybe 11 o'clock, 11:30 in the morning, some shit like that. And she's like, yo, let's take a walk. Let's go for a walk downtown. And I'm like, for sure, I'm with it. But in the back of my mind, no, actually, it's not even in the back of my mind. I'm with it. As soon as I agree to it, someone calls me. A call that I'm waiting for. Hey, blase, I'm going to be through around like 3 o'clock. I'm like, all right. I'm not mad at that, but I'm like, ugh. Like, see, what was unknown was the plans I have made with myself. It's a Friday. I do have a job, but I ain't got shit to do. So when I ain't got shit to do, y'all know where I'm at. Looking at God's greatest mystery. We still don't know what the fuck down there. We don't know. We have no idea, but you know what I'm saying? I'm face to face with the shores. If I got some free time on my hand, you know what I'm saying? Whether I'm really just gazing out or, or I just got a mean kick pushing rhythm. But anyways, I digress. That was already in my mind. And being that it is winter in California, in Los Angeles, good old SoCal, the sun's dropping at like 5:30, 5:40. And I'm like, you know what? I just don't feel like playing. I kind of got a time mapped out for my day and blah, blah, blah. So I tell the guy, well, can you do it any earlier? He goes, 1. So now I unfortunately have to get out of, or I cancel immediately pretty much without saying I'm canceling the walk. Where am I going with this story? Oh, yeah. The clip. So I'm riding around in my brother's whip. My brother's out of town. I'm house sitting. For a lack of better words. I'm house sitting. And I had his car and it was filthy. I'm like, let me wash this shit, vacuum it out and shit like that. Well, being that I wanted to go to the beach, I was already in the Santa Monica area, and it's just like the worst. It truly be mad trash when you be just wanting or looking for some degular ass shit when you're in just nicer areas of the city. Like, every fucking, like I said in the clip, every fucking car wash is a detail. Like, I pull up to one joint, I ain't know what the fuck was going on. I pull up to the shit, I'm so fucking at a loss, my nigga. I just pull right on into the little line and shit. Now, looking back, when the nigga told me that I was all out of pocket, I'm like, oh, I clearly see the program right now. But I just pull up and I'm hot when a nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm hot when a nigga tell me to bag back. Like, you clearly fucked up, my nigga. But I'm like, man, what you mean? I'm like, So I'm like, so then I finally pull up. I'm about to get into the little line, and then I'm just like, my nigga, what am I like? No, I'm not trying to do all this. I'm just trying to spend a quick couple dollars just to rent. Like, I don't even know how this shit got on my brother's car, but my brother got a white car, and there's just like barbecue sauce or like ketchup, like just on the car, like right by the window, as if this nigga was like eating nuggets or something, like, and having just like the sauce. I don't know what the fuck my nigga was doing, but there's just like legit sauce just dried up on my nigga's car. And I'm like, come on, fam. I'm going to hold you down right quick and watch this shit. And it really had me hot at like all of the nearest fucking car washes in Santa Monica were all details. All expensive, and I'm just like, man, you know, and I said to myself, like, you know, why do I not just, you know, this is why you just go to black communities for shit. Now, the unfortunate part about that, I guess you could say, is the fact that the shit is available, readily available, just regular, cheap shit, could go to, you know, the value of the neighborhoods, how the neighborhoods are just perceived. I don't know. Long story short is shit had me hot. Then I get to the motherfucker. Then I finally get to a gas station. I had to drive down to Venice. Not far, but it's just like, at this point, though, I done went to 3 different fucking gas stations in Santa Monica. So to drive down to Venice, I'm kind of hot. Then I get to the gas station to use the joint, and it didn't even work. Like, it worked, but you had to actually get out the car, park your shit, go inside, pay for it, and then I'm like, y'all, this is crazy. I guess at that point I should have just been like, bro, fuck your car, you know? But I didn't want to do that because I was going to be pushing it. You feel me? But all right, what's next? I just wanted to kind of like, you know, honestly, the real reason why I wanted to tell that story is because the homie said that I should tell that story, and it really just gave me an excuse to use the soundboard for clips and shit. Don't even trip though. I'm gonna get nice with this shit. But hold up. Let me just give y'all a quick little while I find the next topic. You feel me? Oh, that shit looped. My fault. Hey. Again. Mad trash. Oh man, I'm mad that I didn't. Okay, that was another piece of audio that I should have digged for. All right, I had to do a little bit more pre-production. You know what they say? With great power comes great responsibility. I got new equipment. I got more essentials. You know what I'm saying? So to properly utilize these tools, you know what I'm saying, a little bit more pre-production needs to happen. But what I am speaking on is I was listening to one of my favorite podcasts last week, Flagrant 2, and they were talking about they were just talking about dating and between races and, you know, black women, their standards, white women, their standards, black men standards, blah, blah, blah. I forgot really what all the conversation was, but Schultz said something that was it went right along with something that, again, and I think I might have spoke on this last podcast in some form or fashion, I want to say, actually. But it spoke to something that I noticed growing up, going to white schools. Where did I speak on this last? I really am going to have to look. I really think it was last podcast. I can't remember. And if so, then I apologize. But I thought it was really interesting when he said that white chicks will say, you know, I won't date him. I can't date him because he has a better looking body than me. What just came to my head, I probably should, but I should be able to say this. One, I think the stats hold it true. I say this to say, actually, I don't say this to say, this is just what pops into my head. I'm going to get back to it. Wow. Talk about like a cold cut difference between white women and black women. Please, please, please. Don't let that, you know what I'm saying? It don't hold no more weight than it don't. I'm just saying, wow, what a difference. What a difference. So, like I stated previously before, and it is killing me that I cannot recall where I said this because it's so poignant to what I'm to the. Did I record this episode already? I don't know. Again, white chicks will date any kind of guy. How true is that in 2021? I don't know. But just from, again, growing up, middle school, high school, especially in high school, because now we're getting closer to what we are now, adults, and further along the journey of life, and just, I don't know, however we value things, how we pick mates, whatever, I don't know. But it's still closer to a time that, hey, shit could get serious. Again, especially coming from my fucking high school, I could probably count on both hands. Just within the class from my class and the class ahead of me, I'd probably could count 10 marriages just from school. But still, I digress. White chicks will date anybody. I seen this shit. I seen the chick that I didn't think, whether she was the popular chick that was on the fucking cheerleading team. That's not really how shit went at my high school, but or she was just a good looking, whatever kind of white chick. She would date the quarterback. The white bitch would date a quarterback. She'll date the skater. She'll date the punk rock kind of nigga. Like, white bitches do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And I also notice they'll date chubbier Prime example. Shout out my nigga Deeds. I ain't even gonna get into the wild, you know what I'm saying, of just growing up, the funny shit. We were wild. The fact that we were wild and he was wild too. If you know, you feel me? But anyways, long story short is Miss LaBrie, his girlfriend at the time, which I will hopefully assume that they're still married, actually. Deeds, a big nigga. I totally could understand her attraction to him, but to hear what Schultz was saying in the podcast last week or whenever it was that I heard it, and looking back on their relationship, that is like a clear example of what he was talking about. Deeds was an offensive lineman. He was built like a former offensive lineman, big ass motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And Miss LaBrie was in hella shape. Could I speak to if that had anything to do with this? Obviously not. But like I said, prime example right there. Yeah, actually I am going to say it because it leads right into my next topic. All right, the fact, whether that's real or not, it's a theory. It's a theory I ain't never heard in the black community, I'll tell you that. The fact that white women will say, I won't date a nigga that's too fit because that makes me insecure as a woman. Just the fact that a nigga is out here crazy fit, crazy built, wild, whatever the nigga is chiseled. I won't fuck with him because that will just simply make me insecure. Now, I'm also speaking this, and maybe it only makes sense this way. I'm speaking from a perspective of a woman that's also in shape. I could see a woman that's not in shape being insecure about that and that making sense. But the reason why I don't believe that is because, look, the same reason why I hate, and I'm not even going to say hate ass, but it's like I hate the fact that ass to me is almost getting played out. And why is it almost getting played out? Because it annoys me seeing the effort that white women put into having ass. Now, what it is, really, it's having ass, but it's also just more effort into doing what they always be fucking doing. And that is just trying to stay in shape. And now, because ass is in, they really be in the gym trying to get an ass. And it just be like, it's wild. It just makes me mad because it's like, yo, 10 years ago, y'all just was not. I just know what it was, and the stories was so different. Oh, the stories, what narratives. They were so different 10 years ago. Now, have you ever heard a black woman say that? Again, I can't speak for the white community. I'm just speaking on what I've heard from a white man within his culture. I don't think I've ever heard a black woman say that I won't date a nigga that is too fit or has a better body than me because that makes me, or that will make me feel insecure. I don't think I've ever heard that whatsoever. Now, this will segue into another topic. I'm on Twitter today. And wow, the stuff is going on in my head right now. Like, for some reason, I'm just feeling like I'm trying to give it up on this podcast. That's a theory. Hey, I'm just going to give you the drop right quick.
Niggas is wildin'.
I ain't even going to let this one fly. Not yet. I can't let this one fly. But I'm on Twitter today, and I see this chick, and she's cute. Nothing too crazy, but she for damn sure was pretty. She was cute, light skin, whatever that's worth. Apparently a lot. But I had to pause when I seen this girl's picture Now, let me give the context. You know what? I wish I didn't have to give context. I would love, if this was like 5 PM, I would go live and try to like, being that I'm on Twitter saying like, you should understand the context is I am looking at this girl in a sexual manner. She has no clothes on for the most part, obviously. She has a bikini and shit, but hey, this is social media in 2021. What else could I be complimenting a girl on if I'm speaking on her looks? I'm looking at this picture and it says 25 black heart emoji is the caption for this picture on Twitter. And then I look at it and I'm like, damn, like I would crack. I would, do I have anything? I would crack. No
cap.
Shout out Skip. But I couldn't get past the 25. And when I looked at the 25, I then immediately looked at her kneecaps. I didn't see them. I then looked at her thighs. Scrumptious. One last check. The arms. If you ask me, collard green certified. Or on the way. And it made me think, if we as men are being honest, or it could very well, you know what I'm saying, be just me. It could be just me. And if it's just me, I'll take that. I very well could be Wylin, you know what I'm saying? But I wonder, are thick women we can put in, well, no, I'll just say thick women. Are thick women men's version of dating potential? Dating potential. Yes. For the listeners, the potential was in air quotes. You know the phrase, women, we see the potential in you. But more so the aspect or from the perspective of when the relationship is no longer. I got caught up in his potential. Nigga didn't turn out to be shit. I was dating his potential. Blase blah. I have a line in a song that has not dropped. Don't let me fuck just off potential. You're a mistake. Now, whatever that potential may be, let's bring it to me. With my last relationship, with me and the old copester. Something she said to me when we broke up are reasons why we were no longer compatible. Education, money. This is 2020. We meet in 2016. This is what I'll say. I had more money. I was at the early journey of education. Over the course of our relationship, my education, it did rise. I am the carrier of a bachelor's degree in film production. And lick a shot for your Wody. Actually, that was a bomb.
I mean, you hear what I'm saying? It's your one and only favorite Wody.
All right, for sure. I need to put a little reverb on that. But my money, my funds, they begin to wither away. They begin to wither away. That cause strain in the relationship. Partly on me, very insecure. But how could I not be as a black man in 2021? You know how many bitches know they worth? Do you know how many bitches know they worth in 2021? How the fuck could I not be insecure? If only I had half the personality. Now, I could see how my potential was easy to be lured in. I was a little uglier then. My teeth weren't fixed, but I could see how she thought, yes, this is actually a very good building nigga project. He has come from the Air Force. He has graduated high school. He has no kids. He's never been incarcerated. He has his own apartment in Los Angeles, California. Yes, looking back. And I had style. I was, when Shorty see me, did I have it on? Of course. Yes. There actually is no question about it. I had it on. I did. I really did. So I could easily see how the potential was, it was there, you know? I could easily see. Now, on my end, though not quite this, but the potential for what I ain't even going, you know what? Now I'm going back general now. Going back general. Piece of Shorty. All right. Now us guys, we see what, I don't know if it's official yet. Is Instagram like, we should be able, I think Instagram should be, we could go off that, right, for like the official standard of beauty now. Like maybe the white folks still hold it, maybe because of like modeling, like fashion modeling and stuff, but I don't know, man. I feel like at some point, just like culture just kind of has to like overthrow like law, I guess. You know, like I feel like culture should kind of at some point just has to supersede law. So yeah, I'm gonna ride with it. Yeah. So with the standard of beauty now being Instagram, and you could say by default, rightfully so, the flagsman of that culture, that beauty, that standard of beauty is black women. But I digress still. We understand again what the standard of beauty is. It's an Instagram model. Big ass titties, big old ass, thick, nice waist, blase blah. But for the average woman that is built like an Instagram model, but might not be an Instagram model, although, like in my group chat, we do get into this discussion a lot. So maybe you are an Instagram model. What I say is, I look at Shorty on Twitter and I see her at 25 years old. And I remember seeing pictures of my ex of what she looked like at 21. What I will say is she looked different from when I first met her. And I liked it. we are dating potential men, fellas. When we are out here dating these thick bitches, I think we should be just, I don't know. I don't want to say honest in what we want, because I do very well think that's what we want, but maybe a little bit more honest in what we are getting ourselves into when we are dating thick women at 25. And when I say thick, I just mean thick. I don't mean the thick that I don't mean the thick that you could easily just say, nah, nigga, that's just fat. I mean the thick that looks good. Like, is she thick? You know, like but it's a good thick. You know what I'm saying? But at 25, what does that look like in 3 years? What is that? The nigga, we say in the group chat, hey, y'all niggas doing this and that, but in 5 years now you got a well on your hand. I was devastated when I broke up with my ex. I was devastated. Y'all know how I was. I was bitching hard all 2020. Know how I was. But what even got me to the point was to think about everything in our relationship and then just stupidly, but shallowly, if that's even a word, break it down to, I'm not finna let this bitch 3 years past her prime, 2 years away from, you know what I'm saying, just being a little BBW. Bitch not finna just make me feel like I'm just a piece of shit. Like I'm not doing it. It's not gonna happen. That's no disrespect. That's just where my heart was at. Fellas, that's all I'm saying. And I think we should be more honest, because when you look at the stats, apparently, if you let the nigga Kevin Samuels tell it, 80% of black women are overweight. I know if six women call into his channel, four of them are going to say they weigh more than me. 29 years old, 5'10", and I am anywhere on any given week between $175 and $180. If I'm broke, I'm $168. It be mad joints weighing more than me. What the fuck? I think as men, because we don't like it. Yeah, we like it. But do we really? No, we don't. The same way women really don't. Women don't. Come on, man. We all want somebody. I'm just saying. All I'm saying is I think men, we should be a little bit more honest in telling these women, look, I fuck with you. I see it. You right now had the potential to be everything I want in this moment. But because I am a man and what is important to me, like what's shallow to me, I ain't even gonna say shallow, just preference to just, you could probably say the general man. Being thick at 24, I could love you to death and all this and that and be devastated to have to battle within that you don't even really recognize it. That I'm just saying, man, the shit can hit different. Thick can really hit different at 30. The shit can hit different at 30. So all I'm saying is, as men, I think that's our version of dating potential. And I don't even know if we know it, but I think that's our version of dating potential. Is a thick chick. Damn, I could use another example if I wanted. I could use another example I'll just say I know a girl that way before Instagram got to this point, I seen it. In the budding stages of what Instagram is now. In like 2012 to 2014, I'm like, shorty, if you were this kind of girl, you would be going crazy on Instagram right now. Till this day, in shorty's prime, one of the best bodies I ever seen, for sure. One of the best bodies, one of the most sexiest women in her prime, for sure. One of the most sexiest women I ever had sex with, and we were fucking young. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it's different now. I'll just say that. It's different now. But peace to that, shorty. And yeah, man. Cause nah, that's for sure. Shorties, being thick and all that shit popping right now, this and that. But I'm simply saying, for sure. If y'all don't keep that shit up, it can get dangerous quick. And I'm not saying that niggas don't want. Hey, I'm broke and bitches still want me, so trust me. I know niggas gonna want your fat ass. You ain't got to tell me. And apparently, if I don't get no money, I'm the only nigga that's gonna be available for you. So I might as well get with the program, huh? So if anything, I'm trying to do this for me. I'm doing this for me. Cause I ain't rich yet. I ain't a part of the, you know what I'm saying, the 200,000 men that's making six figures in America. I ain't a part of that yet. And even though, as much as I always thought growing up that I could see myself marrying any kind of woman, and probably see myself marrying any kind of woman other than a black woman, for sure. But after my ex, I for surely realized, that ain't nowhere near. That possibility is not what it was. Is not what it once was. It's not what it once was. I am saying, yes, I would love to procreate and grow family, black love. So all I'm saying is, if I don't get my money right, I'm gonna be stuck with one of you thick bitches that ain't nothing but a fat hoe. Damn, that was mean. I'm just going to be, I apologize. I'm just going to be one of them broke niggas with one of you thick bitches that eventually turned fat. And right now, God willing, my health either remains the same or doesn't digress crazy to where I just gain crazy weight. But it looks like I'm kind of going to be a skinny kid my whole life. You know, pot belly when I hit 60s and shit like that. But all right. Is there anything else I would like to get into? I think I kind of went crazy. This is what really delayed the podcast. I'll get into this. Just touch on it, then get into another topic or just a quick little thing. Yeah, I'm finna wrap this shit up. But man, I was talking to, so shit just got a little more real in my living situation. Another head has been added. And anyways, I was talking to one of my roommates. One of my roommates is a girlfriend, my homegirl. We all went to school and shit together, and we were talking, or I came in on a conversation last week or so, and it was just it was a conversation that really, really, really piqued my interest because it was just a look at, it was how do I want to say this? Not a look into another world, though that's kind of what I want to say, but not really. More so, maybe what I want to say is it's just a perspective from another world. Like, the moral of the story, and like I was explaining to someone the other day, of like, yeah, I want to get my homegirl on the podcast, but you know, I don't want her to say anything she don't want to say. But if we spoke on this conversation, what I would just want to get back to is the simple point of, hey, everybody go through shit. Everybody go through shit. Everybody got problems. Everybody families, blase, blase, this and that shit. So I will just say that that's why the podcast was delayed, because that's really all I wanted this podcast to be. So the reason why I'm doing this podcast now is because, well, I had a topic. I had like maybe one or two topics already in my phone, but I'm like, oh, it's kind of whatever, you know. But the topics that I just ranted about, just went in circles about these last fucking 20 minutes, were the shits I thought of today that was like, oh, I want to do a podcast. So that's why I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'll do one. But it was delayed because all week I'm kind of thinking like, all right, how do I ask her to come on the podcast? Though she's like asked me like twice to be on the podcast. I'm like, yeah, for sure, we gonna do it, you know. But I'm like, how do I ask her to get on the podcast and either just give perspective to something that I'm for sure not familiar with, and actually a lot of people aren't familiar with. I'll just say this. I looked in the garage one time and seen Lamborghinis and Ferraris, and I'll leave it at that. But without being invasive, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what I was thinking. I was like, all right, I know exactly what I want to talk about. I know exactly where I would like to get to in the conversation, but it's not me. And I don't want to be invasive. You know what I'm saying? And I just really didn't know how to approach it. So long story short is, I really hope on the following podcast, anybody that's made it through this at almost 50 minutes in, I really hope that the next podcast will be with my homegirl, because I really think it'd be an interesting one to hear, you know, someone's story from that perspective. But before I close, I just want to get into this. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble. I was thinking about this. I'm at work earlier today, and this guy, we had some new shit going on at work with advertisement and this and that, and just a whole lot of just extra shit that we got to do now that we haven't been doing a lot last year, and especially, you know, throughout the holidays and stuff like that. And he's just going over it and this and that, explaining it to me. Now, in my head, I already know what it is. Whatever, this and that shit, you know. But I got to a point to where I was like, or he got to a point to where I felt like, you know what? Why kill his flow? I felt as if he was getting a enjoyment out of feeling as if he was teaching me something. Now, let me just be funny and add this little spice to it. This is a white dude. So maybe it could have felt like, you know, let me just teach this little nigga something, you know, son him right quick, this and that, you know. I'm just kidding. I don't think the dude's like that. But again, I felt like, you know, he was getting an enjoyment out of, you know, just, you know, of not even so much of teaching me something, an enjoyment of just simply being helpful. being helpful. Oh no, because the shit was a lot. I still understood it, or nothing that I couldn't figure out. I knew what it was, but that's why I let them run through it again, because I'm like, you know what? Just in case I did miss a little piece. You know what I'm saying? Or you can just say some shit that I can hear off the rip of like, no, that's not how I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? So I just let him get his shit out. And then, later I'm just driving to work. This happens when I first get into work. So now I'm off and I'm going to my second job. And I'm driving and I'm just kind of thinking, I'm like, it almost kind of annoys me. And it probably annoys the people that say this just as much when they have to respond this way because they felt it was necessary. Yeah, just use Google. Yeah, just Google it. Like, when you ask someone something and then they tell you, like, just Google it. But it pisses me off because it's like, bitch, you should be honored. You should be honored. I am coming to you to learn something. I am coming to you, a whole ass human being, for a tidbit of information, knowing the iPhone is readily available to me at all goddamn times. I know there's a Google. Don't fucking play with me talking about use Google, or I don't know. Well, if you don't know, then you don't know. But don't play with me being condescending talking about some use Google or Google it. That's why you're an asshole. That's why you're a dick. That's why you're in the mood. If your punk ass would just take the time, have a little bit of humility about yourself, maybe you would bear the fruits, the enjoyment of being helpful. You know what I'm saying? Bring a little peace to your life. Like, damn, I did that. Somebody, and I was like, nah, in the right direction. And I did it with confidence. How does that not make you feel just a tad bit better? Nah, slow your roll. If you got the information and somebody's coming to you about it, tell them. Now, again, I understand. There's always boundaries. There's always limits. There's always lines. And I understand also just how easy it is to cross those lines. Just how easy it is to reach those limits. And the limit really is one. Yes, it is, quite acceptable for to just tell a nigga to Google it. All I'm really trying to say is I think we shouldn't just throw to Google it. No, I think we should appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker coming to you if it ain't no stupid shit. Or if it's like not even so much like, and you know what? Maybe, here we go. Here's maybe a better use of it. Not even so much the question for a question, but a question for conversation. Now, again, I can also see how that, if I don't want conversation, then I shouldn't have to. I hear you. I do. But still, all I'm saying is it could make you feel better. Could make a motherfucker feel better. Please, God. Whew. All right. Let's see what I would like to close this beautiful show out with. No, I already did that. So initially, I was gonna open up the show with some motherfucking with the Tyler the Creator, but you know what? Yeah, fuck the bullshit. I'm about to 2+2. Do I want to go on my real party girl shit? If I go on my real party girl shit, y'all gonna really hate a nigga. Nah, I ain't gonna go on my real party girl shit. I'm just gonna go with I like. So we're gonna close it out with that, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna close it out with that. And whoo, that thing was hey, that was so funny. I forgot all about the Ashanti and Keisha Cole verses, right? I'm like, oh damn, that is tonight, huh? So I jump in it right quick. As soon as I jump in, fucking Keisha's doing the song, and Ashanti just looking crazy, or at least to me, just looking mad, fucking low key disrespectful, like all up in her ear, this and that. Clearly not paying no attention, right? The Keisha Cole song go off, and then Ashanti just go, whoo, that thing, some shit like, yo, I thought I would die laughing, yo. That shit had me fucking rolling, bro. But all right, again, I'm gonna say it again. You know, if you heard anything on this podcast, you thought a young nigga was just wilding out of his damn mind, you mean for the absolute utmost respect. Just know I was wondering first. I was just wondering. Please like, share, subscribe, rate on iTunes. I really need to get this on Spotify just because, well, shit needs to be on Spotify also. But all right, yo. That's about it for it. I'll see y'all niggas on the next episode.
Niggas is wildin'.